Welcome back to episode 23 of my TerraTech playthrough of the TerraTech campaign. We've done a few things since the last episode to the tech. We've also made a bit of cash. As you'll see, our money has gone up significantly. It's just mining, just sticking down some mining units, collecting them, defending your tech if you get attacked. It's not terribly interesting viewing. You can sit there for quite a while. Eventually the seam does run dry, and then you might as well, and the miners stop going. They stop going up and down. So you might as well at that point take everything away, and if you want to, move on to a new patch. So it's very easy to make money in this game, but it's not terribly exciting watching that process. So we're going to go on with a few missions. I think In Search of Science up here is going to be the one that starts off a new quest system, quest series maybe. There's various speed and hover and anti-gravity ones. We still haven't done all of those, but after the failure in the last episode, I really don't want to waste your time trying to do them on camera. Maybe I'll be able to record them and kind of stitch them together as an episode of here's how I did it, but it's not very interesting. There's a... Okay. So on my radar there's an enemy behind me. There's something which I think is friendly tech. Oh, I see, that's Sergeant... Yeah, I see him right there, Sergeant Smash. Oh, so changes we made to the main tech. I put on more missiles, so I inadvertently completed up to level 3 on Hawkeye, which means I now have a Hawkeye payload terminal. In fact, once you get one, buy a couple more in case one gets attacked when you're not ready by an enemy. And that allows you to buy any block from the company that you can afford. So I've got one for Geocorp, I've got one for Hawkeye, I haven't yet got one for Better Future, and I haven't yet got one for GSO. And then Reticle Research we haven't even seen yet. But I've got a couple of them, so it doesn't take that long to level up. Apart from weapons, I've just changed a few weapons out. I moved my battery further forward in the inside the body of this machine, and that's why I built a big machine. I wanted to have space inside. I just left the big mega battery. I took out all the smaller batteries to make space, and I finally have a furnace, mobile furnace generator. So this one does not need to be anchored to the ground. All the stuff I'm currently seeing doesn't burn, as far as I can tell. So that stuff's not going to get fed in, but if I do something like shoot down a tree or just drive through some blocks, these will feed into the furnace and that will charge up my battery. So I don't need to do very much to keep my battery charged up on the run, as it were. In fact, it's so straightforward, I might even take off all the other tech that I've got, all the solar stuff, if the generator is going to keep me charged up. The main problem with solar obviously only works during the day. I think I saw the box right over there. And when you get attacked, not so good. The one thing with the generator on, it keeps going all the time. Now I think there's, Adventure License Upgrade Grade 3, so we've done all of that. It's telling me again, and I think it just dropped something on my head. Did it just drop something on my head? Yes, something happened there. Oh, that was Venture. Okay, so Venture. That's interesting. So I was just saying I hadn't got Venture level 3. I just did. That was it. So let's quickly deploy a grabber. So did I get, here's the question, did I get Venture level 3? Miscellaneous accessory blocks. I should have somewhere a payload terminal now, or at least access to purchase one. I think. Or, oh no, I have to. Okay, so I have to max out level 3. So I've reached level 3, but I've got to max out level 3. So another 5,400 ish. But level 3 gives me access to a bit more tech. There's a guy over there. Let's see how are you? A couple of guys over there. So that guy had a few little weapons, nothing special. I have another grabber if I can find it, a bigger one. I tried a couple of different furnaces that are planted on the ground, but really the easiest thing is just carry it with you. Then you don't have to worry about planting on the ground. Here we go, vacuum. This is my Hawkeye vacuum, just like the grabber, but a bit bigger range, I think. It takes a little bit longer to boot up, though. On the other hand, if you don't have to move it around, that might be an advantage. I think there's one little bit of rock here. Is this part of the machine? Yes, it is. Oh, it's a light. Oops, someone's coming. Or not. They're getting a warning that someone's coming. Yeah, they don't last too long. I'm not going to do the jumps. I'm going to do hunting party. Defend the tech for the duration. There's the tech. Oh, it's out in the open, so that's nice. When these are up in the hills, and sometimes you get caught unable to get away from enemies, it's a bit annoying. Okay, so dat mob. Not a particularly powerful tech. Okay, these guys are going to want to attack him. So the secret here is just don't let them surround you. Get them where you want them, in front of you. Oh, I should also mention, I replaced my repair bubble, and I replaced my shield. So you'll see the shield's got pentagons all around it. It's a Hawkeye shield, and it's a Hawkeye repair bubble. They're a bit more powerful, as you see. They take up not much more space. I think the repair bubble's 2 slots, 2 blocks size, and the shield's only 1 block size, but they are covering, I think, my entire tank. It's not always easy to tell, but taking up a lot less space, so I don't have that mess of repair bubbles everywhere. 40 more seconds on this attack. Another guy about to land. Sometimes they have 2 cabs, which is why you get a double hit. Here comes another one. Okay, we've got our monies. A sombrero, a Christmas tree. I think that's a TV bopper. I don't know. I don't think those enemy techs even got a shot at me in the end. So my guy is trying to shoot at them. He's now gone into defense mode. So these little guys are free, as it were, extra little machines that someone's built. They're usually not very well designed. I don't know if somebody at the company invents all these little machines, or if they just randomly just kind of generate spawn from a standard design. No, you've got to have a cab, then you add something else, and so on. Is that a... Oh, it's just tree bits. Okay. So any tree bits should get into my furnace. I'm not even sure if I need the silo. It might have been the collector would have done it. I tried a silo because I thought that would work differently to the collector, but I'm not sure it does. We seem to have got a process bit of tech there. Now, if that tries to feed into various machines, it will jam them up. Right, where is this? Oh, slalom checkpoints. We don't want to waste our time with that. Wet work. That's the one we're going to go for. Wet work. Oh, there is the anti-grav trial, but I tried to extend my anti-grav machine, and I think I went a bit overboard and made it too big, which made it ineffective. What I should have done. Oh, Sergeant Smash is going to get annoyed if I blow these guys up first, or is he? So we should be seeing this generator, yep, feeding in chunks, powering away and powering up our battery. If I go an entire episode without, well, we took some damage there, so the repair bubble definitely covers our entire machine, maybe barring a couple of those little bits on the back, but it does cover everything on the front. So when it's flashing like that, it means you took some damage. In fact, we even lost a couple of stud lasers. And we lost a couple of seeker pods. That's slightly annoying. And I did actually originally have two of these guys on, but I lost one of those too. So what I might do quickly is pop out vacuum to pick up these loose bits. And pop out the miscellaneous 4K payload terminal. Oops, didn't put it on the ground. Okay, so you just pop this down like this, so it gets collected, and then you can purchase anything that you would purchase at the shop. Saves all that faffing around trying to manufacture stuff. And Seeker missile pods are my favourite, but they are quite expensive. Remember when we were desperately trying to make about 15,000 units? I'm going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then you can pick this up, just as long as it's not attached to the ground. The vacuum will pick it up. What you don't want to do with these is smash them up in the process of trying to collect them. I can now put the vacuum away, bring out my inventory, and here's my weapons that I wanted. So Seeker missiles are my favourites. I could pop couple more of these. Have I got any more of those? I don't think I have. Those are GSO. No. GSO missile battery. So I need to max out my GSO. I'm getting there, but it's I think the only one that goes all the way to level 5, so it takes a long time to do. That has charged me up, repaired all my units, and burnt all the tree bits. Just grab a few more tree bits. Or anything that will burn. It will burn anything that will burn. It doesn't have to be tree bits. But tree bits are the spot. Amazing how hard it is to get those little guys. If you don't do your job, I can't do mine. His job is to tell me what to do. If I just do it, he doesn't have a job anymore. He does get annoyed when I do the work before he even thinks of telling me to do it. It's yeah. If you don't need a boss to tell you what to do, the boss doesn't have a job. Something went. Hello, that was from this guy. So I have a collector and I have a silo, and I'm not sure if the collector will feed. It seems to be feeding into the furnace. I thought the collector wouldn't let it go without a receiver. Maybe what's happening is the collector's feeding to the receivers here, and then the receivers are feeding the silo pieces into the furnace, and it's sorting. This filter node is set to only receive chunks that can be burnt. So that feeds in. That doesn't show you which way it's going, but that's going into the furnace. And since trees and burnable chunks are very plentiful, it's quite easy to just find stuff. Yeah, I think that's what's happening. I'm going to ignore all the platform jumps and stuff. Actually, there's a platform jump. Okay, let's do the ramp to platform jump, see if we can do that. The hover stuff, as you've seen, I'm not particularly good at it. I need to slightly improve the machine I've got. Just make it longer so it doesn't spin around on its own axis quite so easily. And then I think we can attempt that again. Whoop. Oh, I have a laser on the back here, which seems to be capable of firing forward and through me. I figured I'd try that and see what that does on the back against tech that tries to sneak up behind me. It does seem like this has a slightly wider range. Okay, so again, this is a venture job. Okay, so I can lock this down. Oh, he's locked down from his. He's locked down from the silo, which also means, of course, I'm gaining energy. So I can leave him there, bring out my speedy machine. It always takes a few seconds to click over to the speedy machine, and then put this guy on guard. I have regained some of the gruntle things. It's right in there. That is my AI unit. So I have a cab inside, and I also have the AI unit inside. Now, I don't think this guy's going to necessarily do it in the first try, but we can see what happens. Whoops. Yeah, that wasn't very effective. So I think I need to get onto the slope and then see if I can do it. Whoops! Missed. Wasn't lined up right. Oh, there's a battery there. I'm not really using those little batteries at the moment. Okay, get it straight. There we go. So from here I can just click onto this guy, manage my tech and bring Zuma back in. Oh, I apparently didn't bring Zuma back in even though I tried to. I guess I wasn't quick enough. Luckily you didn't get destroyed. Okay. Speedometer, I guess that's useful. Adjuster. Rifle. No gimbal mount. That's just a explosive bolt. I've seen these explosive bolts around. Again, I've never actually used one myself, so I'm not quite clear why I'd want to blow up bolts. If I have a tech, do I want to separate it into two techs at some point? Why would I not just build two techs? I'm not clear. Okay, In Search of Science is quite a long way off. Oh, we've got hostiles. Is that destroy the enemy tech group? That's closer and probably more interesting, so let's go for that one. I suppose the advantage of having the solar is you can anchor and still be charging up, whereas if you've got the generator, you can't use it for an AI tech because it will not go and collect more materials. Oh, that's a large cannon. That's another large cannon. Let's just quickly grab that and put it somewhere where it's not going to vanish. Well, that's the grabber is effectively going to try and grab that, so let's quickly put that away. This is a bigger cannon. So we've been working with little 3-pounder cannons for a very long time. What kind of cannon is this? Megaton cannon. I like that sound of that. Large cannon which will fire. Okay, large cannon. Anywhere I can fit it. Not really without removing something. Well, I've got a lot of these missiles. Let's just take those off and put the cannon on in its place and see how the cannon performs. Put down the vacuum again, pick up those rockets, and let's paint things on the tech. Oops. Reskin that colour. Okay. So we've still got a fair battery of forward-firing missiles. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, plus the cruise missiles. Actually, it looks like we lost a cruise missile. I'm not entirely happy with the cruise missiles because if there's nothing to shoot at, if you're just shooting at trees and stuff, they just kind of blow up on top of you. I don't think they do you any damage necessarily, but it looks silly. I'll put one on anyway for now, so I can replace that missing cruise missile. Oh, this one's facing the wrong way. That's probably not the most effective strategy. So, 2 cruise missiles. Let's quickly take a picture. I should do a picture in daylight when it's a little bit easier to see what it is, but okay. Let's go find those hostile tech groups. We're back by our... we've been to this BB before. So the nice thing about having lots of money to play with is you can choose your weapon a little bit more easily. You're always going to end up in this game mining for a while to make yourself some money. Mine, refine, sell, unless you are determined to make all your tech yourself, and that's no more interesting than mining. A lot of bits here, but nothing of any... There's a few long pieces, nothing of any particular value. How far away is our hostiles group? 350. You can get there fairly quickly. Okay, so over here... Wow, some of these bits do get flung a long way, don't they? It's just not plate. So there's... That really doesn't take very long, does it? Okay. Whoa! Someone just landed behind me. That's on 19. So these were the enemy venture things. There's a... I'm just trying to pick up a... I think that's a fuel canister. There, but it's not. Yeah. For all their flashy sounds and speeds, they really don't last very long in the face of what I like to call overwhelming force. Hovertech and anti-gravity stuff is all very well and good, but homing missiles en masse pretty much sort them out. There's a thruster of some sort, I think. Ion drive it's called. Oh, there's another guy over there. He doesn't look very serious though, does he? He looks... it looks just like a small box on wheels, so I don't think he's going to be very dangerous. What I need to do is get vacuum and grabber together so that I can just grab all of these things and place them all out in one go. And there's also a geotech one I have as well. I can never remember which one's that. GSO, Geo Corp. So there's GSO, Geo Corp, Venture, Hawkeye, Better Future. If I go close to those blocks, I think this guy's going to wake up and try and attack me. Oh, look at that. That's pathetic, isn't it? Now he's not quite dead in there. He is now. So I don't know, I think that was a lot of armor plates on there. And actually armor plates can be useful. So let's deploy a vacuum. Try and pick up as much as possible. Wow, look at that. So I'm going to go in search of science. I think that's the next important mission, because I think that opens up the next and last of the companies that we haven't seen yet. This thing takes its time to warm up, but once it gets going, it does cover a pretty wide area, doesn't it? Oops, hello, someone's about to attack me. Go away, you annoying little thing. Yet more armor plates over here. So when some of these things explode, I think it's the batteries that explode, and they scatter the goods everywhere. Which is fun to watch, but annoying to have to sweep up later. Oh, it's saying, oh yeah, okay, there we go. I clicked on the wrong one. There are a couple of little blocks over here with not worth picking up. Okay. So we're looking in search of science 5 kilometers away. Now we could fly there, and that actually might be a good idea, because 5 kilometers is quite a way. So let's bring out an airplane, not a hovertech. Where's a decent? Here's okay. This is just a little plane. Switch to him. Put away Big Six. The big guy over there, but not going to worry about him too much. I should try and build a helicopter because they would be good for just hovering around shooting at people, in theory. This still has a little bit of a tendency to nose up as it's going along. But it's a sweet little airplane that gets the job done. I don't think I did anything to this, it's just exactly as it was originally built. Kind of noisy on it when you get close to it. Oh, that's an interesting structure over on the left. What's you got? One? Looks like 4 interlocking rooms. Ooh, something just landed inside one of them. Oh, it's more than 4 rooms. There's a whole bunch of stuff. This has got a whole bunch of little rooms inside. Those are some interesting. That's presumably going to be a very special mission. Let's better look where I'm flying. Okay. In search of science, we are almost there. One thing about this little plane, it flies quite nicely when it's just gliding as well. Target is in the middle. Uncover the target's intentions. Okay. So little, that thing. Okay, Big Six. Take away Venture. I'm going to charge up a little bit before. There's no, of course, typically I've landed in an area with no trees, having recently added a system to charge up some wood. However, the solar panels seem to be getting the job done. So while we're waiting, just a quick look around our tech. We've got on the side Hunter railguns, energy, Rotating turret mount, loses mount due to the snummered barrel. So I've got 4 of those, 2 either side, and they're on rotating turrets. On the back, laser cannon. Actually, it's a lower level than the rear ones. Full rotation turret. On the front, we've got these megaton cannons. A large cannon which will fire explosives. Doesn't say much, but that's nice. Missile battery, also blast damage. 4 lock-on missiles launched in quick succession, and then they take a while to reload. Not as powerful as Hawkeye, go further than Venture. These are my absolute favourites. And it's not going to tell me about them because they're my absolute favourites. You can do it. Solar seems to be charging okay. Hawkeye cruise missile, grade 3. Again, more blast damage. Okay, Seeker missile pod. 2 heat-seeking Warhammer missiles. So it says these are ground-to-air, air-to-ground, etc. Ground-to-air, ground-to-ground, air-to-air, ground-to-ground. I don't know what is different about them between those and the cruise missiles, other than these give you 2 in a smaller pod, and they seem to reload faster. So what I find is a variety of weapons is a good way to go. So don't have all of one type, and then you only work at one particular range. If you mix things up, these little stud lasers are great for the little guys who get close. If I just had, a massive... Oh, I think I just dropped one. If I just had a massive tech, then when I found one of those little guys, I would suffer. Did I drop one? Yes, I did. There we go. The little guys would catch up to me, and I wouldn't be able to hit them. I'm not sure how effective these are down here, because they can only fire straight out between the wheels. I might take those off and just clear the space. And then I've got large repair bubble, looks like they are repaired. Large shield, those are Venture techs. No, Hawkeye techs, I should say. Okay, who's this guy? Wow! Must you sneak up on someone like that? Don't you know that scientists need space and serenity to conduct their research? Oh, he went. Okay, he's over there now, I see. At least he's telling me where to find him. He's going to run away again, isn't he? Wow! You again. These indignant interruptions never fail to frustrate. He likes his alliteration. Time to make haste to my hideaway. Well, this is unusual. Your scientist friend has disappeared from our radar. A cloaking device. Explore the area. Okay. I'm going to leave my main tech out because I don't want to recharge that battery again. And let's explore the area with the little airplane. Always ends up facing the wrong direction. Okay. Exploring from the air, always more effective. Is he over here? Oh, there's the reticle research sign. Yes. Actually, whoops. Here he is. Wow! Oh, it's you. My cloaking device obviously isn't a decent deterrent. Fine, you've prevailed. You wish to know what I'm researching? Well, I don't really know. think he's not going to talk to me while I'm lifted off the ground. Oh, yes, he is. You wish to know what I'm researching? Well, actually, I don't really know. Something in this area activated an alert on our laboratory apparatus, but alas, I couldn't attain. But the fact that you managed to track me down makes me think that you could be of some use. My designation is Reticle Research Science Officer, native, whatever that was. You may simply call me Atom. Subject blah, pretty catchy if I may say so. Now for an experiment, I will conceal myself in the ruins nearby. You must uncover my location, understood? Okay. So we get to play hide and seek. He said ruins nearby. Oh, is that these things? Yeah, that isn't him. He said, oh, ruins nearby. And that's where we were. He didn't mean that thing over there on. I don't call those ruins. Those don't look very ruins to me. Oh. I don't want to get destroyed. Is this the ruins? Oh, is that my guy? Is that my guy? No. It's something completely different. Whoops! Oh, that was that apparently was the Overlord barrier that I just hit. Alright. So that's not where the ruins are. I would say these things over here are the ruins. Alright, he's hidden himself pretty well. That is a weird thing. There's a BB station right over there. Might be useful. Okay, he's not here. Whoops. Well, this thing is pretty nimble. Okay, I feel like I've looked... Oh, hang on. I feel like I looked everywhere and he didn't turn up. So, find atom in the ruins. I don't know, maybe he doesn't show up if I'm in the air. Maybe I have to land. In which case, I'm going to put the airplane away. And bring out something else that's a little bit easier to explore with. Now, I had a guy called Nosebone. Well, I've got this little guy, that mob. Nosebone actually isn't... Oh yes he is. Okay, Nosebone I felt went very nose up a lot of the time. Let's try this guy. That mob. So I'll go for what I consider to be ruins, and maybe he doesn't appear unless you have... What? There's a exclamation point over that direction. Hang on. Let's quickly put a radar on. For some reason this guy did not come equipped with a radar. Oh, ooh, okay. Yes. Okay, this is indicating, and then I go that way and he goes that direction. Is that him? The question mark with the circle? And if it is, this guy isn't going to get there, is he? Because he's he can't get up the slope. So I might have to go back to my main tech. Not rename, not send. Okay, I guess I've just got to get within sight of my main tech to use it. Well guys, this wasn't the super exciting episode. Playing hide and seek with a robot. But I think that question mark, if I can get to where it is, now it's indicating over this way again. Maybe it isn't, maybe it's just indicating this kind of general area that I'm already in. Oh, I think I just saw him here. Okay, he's going to hide again. I think, guys, I'm going to pause this search and continue in another episode, because I'm not going to... I think once I find him, something's going to kick off. And... I'm going to have to... See, if it take the edit, didn't do it, did it? Because I didn't see him from the air. So he's in some ruins somewhere, and I don't know where. Oh. Okay, I do see something. Up on there, where my mouse is now pointing. I think that's him. He's hiding up on the rock. So I will need to use the airplane, but I will not do it in this episode. Let's put the plane out so that we know what we are. Hello, it says auto snapshot. We'll put that out so we know what we're going to do. But I won't actually do it. I'm going to save that there and see you guys in another episode in Search of Science. Thank you for watching. Bye.